British-born actress Jill Ireland passed away from cancer in May of 1990 at age 54. In the days leading up to her death, she had slipped into a coma after battling the disease for 6 years. Her husband, Charles Bronson, helped her endure countless rounds of radiation and chemotherapy treatments that sadly weren't enough to save her life. While their marriage was one we can all learn from, the early stages of their relationship were still marred with controversy due to the fact that they met each other while Ireland was still married to Bronson's co-star and friend, David McCallum. Keep watching to learn how Jill Ireland hooked up with Charles Bronson while still married. Charles Bronson, an icon of the American film industry. Born Charles Dennis Buczynski on November 3, 1921 in Pennsylvania, Bronson was raised in a large family of Lithuanian immigrants in the Allegheny Mountain region of Pennsylvania's coal country. He was the 11th of 15 kids, and his parents struggled to make ends meet. He didn't speak any English at home during childhood. Even when he later served in the army, his accent was still so strong, his comrades concluded he must have come from another country. Besides English, which he eventually learned to speak fluently, Bronson was also fluent in Russian, Greek, and Lithuanian. During the Great Depression, Bronson worked in the coal mines to provide for his family, before enlisting in the U.S. Army for World War II. During his time in the armed forces, he first served in the 760th Flexible Gunnery Training Squadron before getting a chance to be a Boeing B-29 Superfortress aerial gunner with the 61st Bombardment Squadron based out of Guam. The unit conducted combat missions against Japan. He flew 25 missions and was awarded a Purple Heart for wounds he received in battle. After being honorably discharged, Bronson worked several odd jobs before joining a theatrical group based out of Philadelphia. During this time, he shared an apartment in the Big Apple with Jack Klugman, while both men were aspiring stage actors. In 1949, he married his first wife, Harriet Trundler, and moved to Hollywood, where he enrolled in acting lessons and started to land small roles. In 1951, he scored a minor role in the film You're in the Navy Now, alongside Gary Cooper. He reportedly only bagged the role because of all the other actors auditioning, he was the only one who could burp on cue. It was during the 50s that he dropped the surname Buczynski and adopted Bronson. He did this because he feared his given name might make some suspect he had communist ties. At the time, it was unwise for an actor, as popular as he was becoming, to have a name that remotely resembled anything Russian. Wanting to make his mark on Hollywood, Bronson continued to appear in low-budget films. In 1958, he appeared in the film Machine Gun Kelly. The film, made in 8 days, proved a minor success, and after French actor Alain Delon saw the movie, he was so impressed by Bronson, he invited him to France to cast him in his film Adieu et Ami, which went on to become a huge hit in Europe. By 1970, Bronson was a popular figure in Western and crime movies. While most of the movies he appeared in were considered poorly written, critics praised Charles's performances. In 1972, he appeared in the revenge Western Chateau's Land and the crime movie The Valachi Papers. He then teamed up with British filmmaker Michael Winner for a series of successful films, including The Stone Killer and The Mechanic. After being in the film industry for almost a quarter century, Bronson landed the biggest breakthrough role of his early career when he was cast in 1974's Death Wish. The film was so commercially successful, it spawned 4 sequels. Bronson continued to please his fans with his tough guy film persona, and over the next few years, he appeared in countless hit films while becoming an international icon and legend among movie lovers. Before we tell you more, be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to Factsverse if you haven't already. Marrying his co-star's wife. Bronson's first marriage ended in divorce in 1965. While he was co-starring on the 1963 film The Great Escape with actor David McCallum, Bronson was introduced by David to his future wife, Jill Ireland. After getting to know each other, Bronson and Ireland became romantically involved, despite the fact that she was still married to David McCallum, and his marriage with his first wife had yet to be officially dissolved. Discussing the affair later on, McCallum admitted that the realization his wife was dating his co-star was at first challenging to accept, but eventually he came to terms with it. He also revealed he had no recollection of Bronson telling him after meeting Ireland that he intended to one day marry his wife. Although that's precisely how things eventually played out, David had no ill feelings towards Bronson afterward. David McCallum fortunately was able to move on from the episode without letting his temper flare. He later met and married model Catherine Carpenter after his divorce was settled. McCallum and Carpenter have been married for more than 5 decades, and throughout their marriage they have brought 2 children into the world. Bronson and Ireland's marriage. A year after divorcing David McCallum, British-born actress Jill Ireland and Charles Bronson tied the knot in 1968. Ireland began co-starring in her husband's films, beginning with the flick Villa Rides. She was later quite humorously quoted as saying the reason why she appeared in so many Charles Bronson films was because no other actress was willing to work with him. The couple lived together in a mansion in Bel Air where they raised 7 children, 2 from Bronson's previous marriage, 3 from Ireland's, and the 2 they had together. They adopted their second child, Katrina Holden, after her biological mother, Hilary, passed away. A year after the adoption was finalized, Ireland was diagnosed with breast cancer. This diagnosis inspired Ireland to pen 2 books dealing with her battle with the disease. Her first memoir, Life Wish, a personal story of survival, relayed many details pertaining to her mastectomy and subsequent recovery. While grappling with the disease, Ireland dedicated much of her time to encouraging other cancer patients and their families while fundraising for cancer research. She was deeply grateful to her husband for helping her endure her chemotherapy and radiation treatments. Without him, she would likely have felt alone in her struggles. In 1989, Ireland was informed by her doctors that the cancer had reappeared and metastasized to her lungs, femur, hip, and thyroid. At that time, she was given 3 years to live. She then penned her second memoir, Lifeline, My Fight to Save My Family, which provided details surrounding her son Jason McCallum's struggle with substance abuse before his accidental overdose. Ireland was in the process of writing her third book when she died on the morning of May 18, 1990. Bronson, as well as several other family members, were by her side when she drew her final breath. Before passing away, she indicated she wanted a funeral with a wake where champagne and balloons would be present. She also wanted attendees to wear bright, happy colors and enjoy each other's company over food and music. More than anything, she wanted people to celebrate her life instead of mourning her death. Bronson remarried after Jill's death. Charles Bronson got married to actress Kim Weeks 8 years after Ireland's death. Weeks is perhaps best known for her roles in films like Breach of Faith and Family Cops. Sadly, just 2 years later, Bronson was diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease in 2000. 3 years later, on August 30, 2003, Charles Bronson died at age 81 in Los Angeles. While Alzheimer's clearly played a role, his official cause of death was listed as pneumonia. He left behind an estate valued at $48 million, including houses in Lithuania, Greece, Malibu, and Vermont. Following his passing, he was posthumously awarded with a special Golden Globe. Now it's time to hear from you. What's your favorite Charles Bronson movie? Let us know in the comments section below. And before you go, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to Facts Verse if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.